According to a report in The Hollywood Reporter, actress Angelina Jolie is the #1 choice by Universal Pictures to star in a planned Bride of Frankenstein project. The report also claims that the studio, still enjoying the biggest year in its history, is also interested in Jolie returning for Wanted 2. The article insinuates that Jolie's current movie, By the Sea, which she directed and stars in with her real-life husband Brad Pitt, was greenlit by the studio in order to get her to possibly take one or both of these roles. Mark, do you buy or sell that Angelina Jolie will appear in either Wanted 2 or Bride of Frankenstein?
I mean, I'm going to buy one of them happens, and it sounds like Universal, after having the biggest year in any studio's history, is getting a little wonky with spending money. It's like me after I win $50 at blackjack in Vegas. I'm like, ladies, who wants a steak? I'm buying. I would rather see her in Wanted 2. Bride of Frankenstein, Universal just has not had that much success rebooting their classic monster franchises like they wanted to do, like Dracula Untold.
Benicio's a wolf man.
Yeah, none of it has really worked so far, and it just seems like Angelina Jolie in The Bride of Frankenstein has so much to lose, because that can be such an embarrassment for 2 hours. It could be good. It could be good, and it's something that I'd be intrigued to check out, but that could be so embarrassing. That could be a huge black eye on your resume when you're coming off By the Sea, which a lot of critics didn't like either. Wanted 2, on the other hand, was a movie that I enjoyed. I liked what that did. It took a lot of chances. It didn't hit all of them out of the park, but it was a fun movie to watch, and I could see her and James McAvoy's character going on another mission somewhere.
Yeah, I do believe in this theory that, you know what, we'll let Angelina do this pet project first, because we see this happen a lot in the studio system. Okay, we really want this director or this talent on something. They've got a passion project. All right. Well, we saw that with Michael Bay, right? We'll let you do Pain and Gain. You come and do back and do Transformers again. So we see a little bit of tit for tat a lot. Now, By the Sea has not only been a critical failure, it's like in 2 weeks of release, it's made less than $1 million. Nobody's talking about it. Nobody wants to go see it. So there's that. I can't see Angelina wanting to come back and wear that outfit, though. I don't think there's anything good that can come out of that. Now, I'm a fan of Angelina. I'll see her in anything, and I'll see her in this too. But you're right. To me, the crown jewel in this story ain't The Bride of Frankenstein. It's Wanted 2. I unabashedly love Wanted 1. I just love that movie. I have so much. The Loom of Fate, everybody complains about it. Screw y'all. I love the Loom of Fate. I love Morgan Freeman telling the future by the threads in the new quilt.
These amazing silkworms of the future.
Right. I don't know what it is about it. I just really dug it, and I'm sure there's 1,000 ways you could bring Angelina back for that. That's the one to me that would work. However, that being said, I don't think either of these are going to happen. I don't think we're going to see Angelina in Bride of Frankenstein. I don't think we're going to see her come back for Wanted 2, and I'm very disappointed by both of those. I hope she does, but I just can't see these being projects she wants to come back to. What do you think, Schnapp?
Yeah, I mean, Bride of Frankenstein's a really weird one. I mean, it's like, we're going to see Victor Frankenstein opening in another week or so.
And by the way, who plays Frankenstein in that? Her boy from Wanted, James McAvoy.
So you already got McAvoy in there. Wanted 2, it feels like it's a little too late. Didn't it come out like 10 years ago? Wanted? I think it feels like it came out like 10 years ago. And we're going to have it on Rewind very soon. Wanted.
Probably, yeah.
Which I loved it too. I thought the Loom of Fate was corny. I couldn't even remember what it was called. It was like the Weevo thing with the baby silkworms of the future or whatever. It's super weird. It wasn't in the comic book either. They were like, whoever the writer or director was like, let's create some kind of weaving thing. I was like, you don't need any of that. Just use the comic. Anyway, it's like that kind of thing that always bugs me as a comic book fan. Let's add this extra dumb stuff. Great. You got a dumb weaving thing. But it shows no, it doesn't. It's just stupid.
It's like Jethro Tull with the flute. Like, we just got to put weaving in every damn movie somehow.
You had me with the curving bullets. You don't need the loom. You idiots. I mean, I liked the movie too. I loved it. I just didn't need that effing loom. But I would, if of the two, if I had to pick, and I was the one of the people at Universal, like, let's make this one or that one, I'd say go with Wanted 2, because at least number 1 was a success. It was fun.
Yeah.
Bride of Frankenstein, there's too many factors, that could make it not work.
You could, I mean, you don't want to go straight comedic with Bride of Frankenstein either, but even the original Bride of Frankenstein had some meta, like comedic winks to it. It wasn't like a straight up horror movie like the first Frankenstein was. So there's a different route you could take than we're just trying to scare people. But I just don't see it working.
Young Bride of Frankenstein. Get Mel Brooks in there.
Yeah. Now, to throw in a little loop, a little callback, if you will, to an earlier story. Who was one of the co-stars? Had a decent amount of screen time too. Who was one of the co-stars, going back to one of our earlier stories, in Wanted? A lot of people forget this.
Morgan Freeman.
The one who eventually starts sleeping with and takes James McAvoy's girlfriend. Chris Pratt.
Oh.
Ray nails it for 50 points in the back. That's
Ray Aura.
That was Chris Pratt before anybody really knew who Chris Pratt was,
Nice.
which is kind of interesting.
Hey guys, if you like this clip, click here to watch the entire episode. Also, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel because it'll help you stay up to date with all the stuff we've got going on here at Collider.